Welcome to my video 6 in my life coaching series. My name is Lisa, and this series is designed to help you to find the strategies and the tools to unlock and realize your own potential, streamline you to reach your goals a little faster. So first off, you need to engineer your inner world to prepare yourself for the outer world. A lot of times we think it's our environment that's preventing us from moving forward, or circumstance, or lack of money, whatever the situation for you. But a lot of times when you really think about it, it's actually ourself, our perspective that's limiting us. So again, first off, you need to engineer your inner world to prepare yourself for the outer world. So again, the reason I say this is because our blockages begin with the mind. The brain-heart connection is what sets your temperature to face the world. Your environment significantly impacts your level of awareness or lack of self-awareness. Even studies that have been done in epigenetics at the cellular level show that DNA is shaped by environmental factors, and that our habits, such as alcohol consumption, physical activity, stressors, smoking, behavior, our culture, etc., all influence the expression of ourselves in a particular way and to change genome function in the way it's being expressed. So therefore, your lifestyle is the accumulation of habits which entrench you to behave in a patterned and deterministic way, all based on both your good or bad habits. So why do we hinder, dampen, or pollute our own progress from the onset? We really just need to start cultivating good habits and those that support the person that you need to become to reach your goal. So to start off, you need to have a clear objective. You could even start with a mission statement and a significant reason to move on any goal. A strong goal will excite you. You start with a vision of what's interesting to you, and then you build on that. You can use vision boards, mind mapping, or just begin reading on the material so you're more comfortable and familiar around the subject, just helping yourself to develop confidence in that area. You then see that it's not so difficult to overcome the hurdles when you also see that other people have already gone before you to achieve the same goal. So you allow yourself to become comfortable in exploring your subject of interest. You then create goals around that vision. You start with one per week, but you need to be attached to the outcome of attaining the goals that bring you that realization of the goal. So you manage your time to be efficient and expedient toward working towards your goals. Goal setting is transformational, and it should be life-changing. The answers are all within goal setting. Small steps of action amounts to larger changes that can be measured. Mel Robbins, a lawyer and a public figure, uses a technique she calls the 5-second rule. So she uses the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then she gets out of bed, or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, feeling angry, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. It interrupts your pattern of thought. So the inner self must be unlocked to unleash your hidden potential. Your mind is either blocking you to maintain the safety of your current self, or it's a resource to expand. So there's nothing wrong with your current self and who you are today. You may even quite like yourself, and everybody else likes who you are as well. That's not really what the issue is. It's when you consider your goals and who you are now and where you need to go, who do you need to become to reach that goal? So your current self will no longer fit the mold. The ideal you is perfect for your current environment, but the person outside of today needs to grow, expand, and learn and be challenged, and to build confidence and trust in your own decision making to reach the next level and the place where your goal is. So it might be a few steps and minor tweaking, or many small steps and larger personal changes to become, but either way, you'll never know just how close you are until you take action. So we all have possibility and underdeveloped and undervalued parts of ourselves. You deserve to have your goals met. Other people don't run you or your show. So what comes up as an obstacle because somebody else says something or thwarts your progress isn't necessarily preventing you from showing up in the world, because there's always a way around it. So if you don't get up and take action and realize what your inner voice or your inner calling has to say, and by inner calling, that really just means something that you feel is purposeful and valued, and belief that you feel needs to be seen in the world, then you live by everyone else's terms if you don't stand up and take action and listen to your inner voice. You live by everyone else's terms of who you are based on your surroundings and what you allow in from those surroundings. There's no one there to make you accountable, just you. You need to seek to take control of your life, find your level of mastery, and elevate your voice to be heard. Yogi Berra once said, "If you don't know where you're going, you'll end up somewhere else." So there's a lot of self-imposed cages that we put ourselves into, both as men and women and culturally. There's always some kind of hampering negative that operates in our lives that we may or may not be aware of in the subconscious mind. Women are often told, don't chase the money. It goes against the stereotypical caring, nurturing, feminine way. And certainly at the other end of the stereotype is that men hold an upper hand in reaching goals and success and aren't a measure of a man until they have achieved these things. These are markers of the previous generations. We now live in a society where stigmas still operate, but they permeate less in many spheres. Opportunity can be found and gain obtained if you're persistent, and it may require further resources, knowledge, or skill building, but everything is still within reach. Others have done it before you. The hold of such environmental conditions is relevant only when you focus on it and magnify its operation in your life. So telling yourself that the timing isn't right due to economic conditions means that you're pandering to an old ideology and you're refusing to take charge of your life. So whether it's in finances or whatever is relevant for you, if you're feeling blocked, you've just run out of resources. Make the calls, do the research, read the book, challenge yourself to find the solutions. It will always be under lock and key so long as you're not looking for it. It's always going to be underneath a rock or a different door than you expect, but there are plenty of keys and skills that you already have to unearth that are so obvious, but they're just not obvious to you because you haven't made the attempts to really look for them, or you're looking for them in the most obvious ways. So in short, you're refusing to make the adjustments necessary within yourself if you're choosing not to act. Hoping to roll with the punches is not a strategy. Waiting for the economy to change is not a strategy. There have been many recessions, droughts, depressions throughout history that have made millions of dollars within those conditions, as with real estate and other business systems which have managed to survive amongst the fears and the chaos and the doomsday predictions. And still, other companies arose creating new products amidst a time when the technology did not support or wasn't supported or exist. So learning to see past your fear, use the fear and the inability of those who refuse to move to your advantage. We make our own breaks, and sometimes with a bit of luck we get there faster. Use whatever you currently have in your arsenal of resources and add to your disposal new skills and knowledge to continue shaping your story out there. Goals create solutions. Solutions generate actions. Action generates potential. Be aware of your environment, but don't play into it. So let's start with self-determination and clarity on where you're headed. What are the issues that prevent action for you? Remember, all can be resolved with goal setting. If issues of procrastination, for example, which many of us do, has been correlated to stress in research, and distractions, of course, are stress relievers. So the simple answer, you develop more confidence as you act and do. Be mindful of self-care at times of overwhelm, but be attached to achieving daily outcomes, to then measure your progress at the end of each week and celebrate your successes. So practice is what gets you to action in the fastest way possible. And you can also use Mel Robbins, the lawyer, public figure, who speaks to that 5-second rule that she uses to get herself moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take off. Get up. Take action. You get the idea. Again, losing your cool. You need a moment to cool down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start interrupting the bad habits, the bad thoughts, the bad cycles, and just act. Holding a meeting with yourself and create an agenda of what's important in the meeting and what the outcome for the day will be, and keep the end goal in mind.